Good day, good day. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are over at CES Motorsport, and when I say I mean Cademan. I'm gonna actually be doing the rod bearings on the N54. Well, I'm gonna learn. These guys are gonna teach me. So we've got all new stuff over here. I got new VAC bearings. We got new rod bolts, and then we've got all of the oil pan bolts, and then new gaskets, seals, all that stuff. So we're gonna try and tackle all this today, and then if I have time, I'm going to walnut blast. If not, I'll probably tackle it this weekend. Good news is on updates, we ordered the turbos. We've got Mosselman upgraded turbos coming for the car. Ordered basically a whole bunch of performance stuff for this car. Figured we're gonna do it. The engine's already out. It's probably a good time to just go ahead and tackle it. So I'll be updating all the stuff. There's gonna be lists down in the description with all the parts if you guys want to check out the links and see what we're gonna be up to. It's gonna be fun. Let's get into this part. Yeah, and run it across it. So, okay, so this is the first one that we just took out. Bearing 5 on the lower side, and you can see immediately the stock bearing is pre-scored up.
Run your nail.
Oh yeah, I can totally feel it.
Catch a little bit.
Yeah, you can feel it. So, N54 problems, right? Cademan loves the N54s. It's actually his favorite motor. That's a joke. He hates them. There's our upper one right there. Fun. Not as bad as this one though. This one's got more.
Get a little bit more wear, but also the further back you are, the worse they're gonna look.
Oh, okay. So further up,
going like that.
So further up, they probably won't look as bad.
Yeah, because the oil cycling the front.
So you work on each cylinder basically individually, each bearing individually.
Some people take them all out.
Yeah, I think I would like doing it one by one. So what we'll do is, this is the connecting rod right in here, and that's where the upper bearing will go on that. And then obviously the lower part of the rod, the connecting part down there, is going to have the lower part of the bearing, and we'll work on each cylinder. So we'll do 5 first, and then torque it back down to spec. So like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Obviously seen it done a bunch of times, but it's my first time ever actually like getting into it. All right, so we've got all of the new bearings laid out here, kind of telling us what's what. We're obviously working on 5, so he's gonna grab the top one? The bottom one first? So he's gonna grab the bottom bearing, throw it in, just like so.
It's lined up.
Nice and flush.
And then some of the
grease.
assembly lube, oil.
Assembly lube.
Kind of use really anything.
KY jelly.
Never oil the bottom. That's how you spin it. Easy.
You never oil the bottom?
Yeah, dry, bottom dry, top oil.
Okay.
Lube or something, anything.
So bottom dry, top oil or top lube.
You oil the underside, it just spin.
That makes sense.
Make sure the rod end is dry, which it is, because I just cleaned it. Match your tangs up. These ones are tricky.
Yeah, it's a tight fit. Tight fit. So he'll throw that one on, and then we'll put it back onto the crank. So we'll take the cap, which is the bottom side, and then torque it back down to spec. 20 Newton meters, and then 70 degrees, and then 70 degrees. He's lubing it up right now.
Sometimes people will put a little bit on the crank. Be safe.
Wetter the better, baby.
And then they can only go on one way.
Right.
If you put it on backwards, it won't work.
But they can only seal one way.
And then they like hammer them off or something.
Yeah.
Like that. But you can kind of see like.
Yeah, it's like cracked. It's all uneven.
Provides a stronger.
So it can only go on one way.
So the easiest way, they have like a stamp on it. So this says F4.
Yeah.
You just look like any other rod. They're all pointing the same direction.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
It's gonna go on like that.
So that's what he's talking about. You can kind of see how it's on there. So all of them will go the same direction. And that's sort of how you know how to put the bottom side of the rod on. A little bit of oil in the bolt. And then you said 20 Newton meters, 70 degrees, 70 degrees. He's doing this one, then I'm going to do the rest of it.
How does it look? Pretty easy, right? Just fucking slap them and go.
Yeah, seems pretty simple.
Keep track of.
And the hardest part would be if this wasn't out of the car, like getting to it, you know. It's right here. This is like...
Well, Cameron would say that's pretty easy, right?
This, you can go wherever you want.
Right.
It'll keep degrees on it. So I can literally just like do this if I want.
Oh, and then it'll put you at...
I'm at 50 degrees already. 70. It's okay if you do like a little over. Same thing. 70. Come back again. Do the same exact thing.
70 and 70. So 20 newton meters, 70 and 70. All right, so that is 5, and this little printout here shows you that we just did these 3 stages of torquing. So we did the 20 newton meters, 70 degrees, and the 70 degrees, so you can check it out. Yeah, so you mark it off, and this way it's easy to
remember.
Yeah, easy to keep track of what you're doing.
You do like 3 bearings, and then you go have lunch, and you come back.
What's for lunch?
I don't know.
Chick-fil-A?
No.
How much you want to bet Chick-fil-A ends up in that?
I won't be.
These guys eat Chick-fil-A like 5 times a week. All right, so here we are, 5 is done. So now we're gonna do 2, right? So now I'll tackle 2. I'm gonna do the rest of them. So I'm gonna do 2, and then we'll spin it over and do 1, 1 and 6. Oh yeah,
Just
mark it off.
Just know which cylinders you've done.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, so now
It'll.
so now it's my turn.
The wiring is fucked.
I'm gotta worry about this shit right here.
A seat over it.
Okay, I put the relay right there.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
A knife? Here, you have more towels right there.
Your knife?
My hand. Yeah, you said like the bearings.
Oof, yeah. Definitely not great.
The main thing is the crank.
Yeah, right.
Like I can feel a little bit on the crank. These bearings and these bearings that you're putting in, they're kind of softer, and they will absorb
A lot of that?
any like particles, small particles. Like things like ACL or King bearings,
Yeah.
they're harder, so they're really cheap because they don't have that soft material in it.
I understand.
So they're cheaper, and you know, yeah, you don't have to spend $500 on rod bearings, but they're hard bearings.
they're not as good.
So sometimes the easiest thing to do is like to match the tang up and then kind of hold it right here and just put your finger in the middle and pop it in, and then you can like mess with
Okay.
it. Yeah, it can be a bitch. Sometimes I have to like go back here and hold it.
How much? Just like a little bit?
Just coat it. See how it's like that pinkish color? You want to try and like not be able to see any of the coating on the bearing. You want to see as much pink as you can. Thicken that shit up.
Is this enough?
You can never
Look at
put
that.
too much. You can never put too much. It should be fine. You can never put too much lube.
Wetter the better.
Wetter the better. So then check your direction.
And then check the direction, so it's this way.
So sometimes what I do is grab both ends, kind of clamp them together.
Yep.
Because then that helps seat
Yeah,
the
I
bearings.
can feel it.
Then you
And
grab
then
your
new
new bolts. Kind of already got some oil on it, so you should be fine. Drop them in, and then just thread them in until like they touch or whatever, until you feel it get like, as soon as they get any resistance, stop, get your torque, and start your torque sequence. And then I'll show you how to set this up. 70 degrees, and then go back 70 degrees, 70 degrees, so you won't have to change anything. As you get to like 60, you like go a little slower. Bingo.
And then again?
Yep, same thing. Sweet. That you can usually tell the difference in the color. This one's been oil soaked, that one hasn't. But
Just did my first rod bearing. Very proud of myself. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the rest of them. Same process all the way through. Yeah, if I even have time, man, I might go ahead and knock out my S54 ones. I got my S54 over there for the E30 that I got to work on too. But I want to finish everything for the N54 today. When all the rest of the stuff comes, we can literally just throw this in the car and get that thing running, and I can bring it home. But a lot of you guys were wondering what is going on with the E30. The E30 is still happening, but that is like, you have to understand that type of project, a restoration build like that, it's going to take like a year. It's just going to take a lot of time, and a lot of the parts are really hard to get, but we will still be working on it. This one is just taking priority because we can get it done really fast. So anyways, I'm going to knock this out. It's the exact same process all the way through, but dude, your boy just did his first rod bearing, bro. I'm proud. I'm proud. Well, obviously a lot easier with the engine out and everything, but yeah, pretty cool. All right, so I finished the rod bearings. Everything turned out good. Look at this cylinder 6. Looks like it was ready to dance on us. So yeah, 6 is freaking toast. Sketchy. So we finished that. I'm good there. We noticed that the timing chain guide is actually cracked. Oh joy, oh joy. All right, so the timing chain guide is gonna get replaced. We're also gonna do a keyed crank hub 2-pin. Figured, why not? We're already here. We have the stuff to do it. And then I'll just be protected for life. Well, I shouldn't say that, not for life, but in case we want to, go a little bit crazy with this engine, we'll be prepared to do so. It is an N54, so who knows how long this thing will actually last me, but it's good that we're going through it and replacing all the seals, all the gaskets, obviously the bearings. A lot of the bolts are getting refreshed. I'm ordering new pulleys as well. So it's going to be a totally refreshed N54, which is dope. And then I have Musselman turbos coming in full bolt-ons, cooling products, running some bigger injectors and stuff like that. And then we'll be able to throw that thing into the car and get moving. I got the clutch on order too, so should be able to hopefully have this car running in like a week or so, I would say. Just depends on when stuff gets here. I think that that's really what is going to delay anything, is just parts, like the difficulty of getting them. I ended up actually just ordering a 1M exhaust system by Eisenman because this one is actually not a full exhaust. I thought this was a full exhaust. It's only a muffler, so I'm missing complete middle section, and then we got some downpipes coming as well, some catless downpipes from Euro Performance Center. So it's actually going to be a pretty bad little car, man. This thing will definitely make some decent power, well into the 5s, maybe C6s, but it's going to be a yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a monster. I didn't really expect to go this far right off the bat with performance, but I don't know, man, with everything out, it just sort of like makes sense. It's like, why not just do it and get it done with, and then we can just have fun with the cosmetic shit. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. First time doing rod bearings from your boy. It's actually not too bad at all, and I'm gonna do them on my S54 next, so that will be coming up soon. Like I said, we got a lot of E30 content happening. We're just waiting on a ton of parts. That project is gonna take a long time, like probably a year to get that thing finished. But this one, I'm gonna have this up and running soon. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.